Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner MetaZone, Rovi, and MScribe, and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and
the 100K ending, dude.
yeah, and virtuals and AI agents.
Yeah, a little bit, but more so it's like what happens next? Because I think a lot of people, I think the 100K is going to get a lot of people interested in crypto who haven't been interested before, right?
Yeah, I think no longer can people fade Bitcoin anymore.
Yeah, I think you're on the side now where like pre 100K, like there's still like some edge factor, some coolness to like being like, you know,
Pre 100K?
no, like a crypto hater. You
Oh,
know,
I
like,
see. Yeah.
Yeah. And now
It's like cringy that you're
Yeah.
hating Bitcoin. It's like, come on.
I think so. I think there's a little bit of that now. You know, it's like,
Just give up, dude. Just buy some.
Yeah, it's really
Just get some.
the government's about to do it, right? All the leading financial institutions.
Yeah, I think they're buying at a 450 Bitcoin clip per day.
Yeah,
And only 350 or so are generated per day.
Yeah, so it's wild. So this is good times, good news. We've been waiting for this for a long fucking time. If you guys have been here for the last couple of years, it's been a roller coaster of a winter phase, right? But
This is the worst roller coaster ride ever.
it wasn't that bad, actually.
Okay, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad generally.
I guess if you're like overexposed, it must have been wretched of an experience for you. You know, it wasn't that bad for us. Like we were having fun, like watching ordinals develop, you know, watching bitmap develop and stuff, watching the DMT space develop. So it's like, you know,
yeah, we're over here like talking about Bitcoin. There's like missile strikes on all of crypto by the government.
Pretty much, yeah. But then like a new election happens, all of a sudden sentiment is peachy again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Trump just announced his replacement for Gary Gensler.
Yeah,
Atkins, a pro-crypto advocate.
Paul Atkins.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's just nothing but good news, essentially. Like, all the bread and butter.
Yeah, what a turnaround, dude.
Yeah.
You thought that they were going to pull the plug, and here we are. The plug is still in, and...
The plug is in. Well, I mean, they were, like... It all depended on politics at the end of the day, which cabinet remained in power, right? Because they were actively trying to pull this plug.
They were. They were.
So I was like, I was right until I was wrong. Because all it took was a complete like political shift, right?
Yeah. But nonetheless, I mean, crypto and Bitcoin would have still continued and dominated and would have left the United States behind, and then they would have been really hurting.
I know. Yeah, that was per my like thesis of like empire collapse, right?
That's right.
It would take a shoot yourself in the foot.
You know what's funny is that every 100 years, there's a new money system, and we're literally transitioning into a new money system right now, and it's been 100 years.
Seems almost scripted, dude.
Yeah,
simulation-esque.
Yeah,
right.
All right, so we're looking at Bitcoin here. It's like, is the number going to go up or down in 12 years, dude?
Only goes up, right?
That's right.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So here, Bitcoin dominance. Here's something interesting. Bitcoin has been dominating on its way up, and now it's still
showing little signs, right? Signs of, well, this is typical, right? This is indications, I guess, of where we are in the cycle. So typically, whenever you see this, Bitcoin's starting to lose its dominance in the broader crypto market, it signals an altcoin season, right?
Yeah.
Which is always very attractive to us, at least to me.
Well, yeah, the percent returns on altcoins is much higher than Bitcoin.
Correct. The entertainment gains are much more amplified.
They are.
In an altcoin space, right? And as we've been watching, the altcoin space has evolved, you know, as opposed to what it used to be, right? Because over the last year, new sectors have been emerging, like memes and stuff, and not so much a focus around like fundamental tokens, like tokens with utility, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the mind share in crypto, it shifts and it pivots in different directions and such, but we have new things emerging like AI agents that we want to, I think, spend a little bit more time investigating and studying and understanding, like where is the value going to emerge from there, right?
Right. Yeah, so here we're looking at Virtual's protocol. So this is a way to launch AI agents tied to a token.
Essentially, yeah. These are basically, they have all the fundamental value points of a meme token, right? Like the protocol, the launchpad mechanism itself is just like pumped out fun.
That's right. It looks
Right.
exactly the same too.
Yeah, like to deploy an agent is
Yeah.
like deploying a meme, right? Where
Yeah.
it's just there's an interface, you describe your agent, hook it up to some sort of like large language model. Some of these launch pads provide their own. There's other open source mechanisms where you can get a little bit more crafty in creating your own agent.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, like the product to market pathway, same thing as memes.
Correct.
So what does that mean?
Community formation devices.
Yeah, but it means this sector has the same like amplitude potential, I guess, when it comes to value discovery.
Yeah.
Right, as a meme coin, but it's a new narrative, and I like it because it has all the mimetic qualities of a meme, right?
Plus an alignment with Silicon Valley and AI.
Some sort of like technology frontier,
Yeah.
right? Which I think this is cool. I think it's something actually that the space needs. Like, we can't just be all memeing all the time, right? Like,
Totally agree.
yeah. So this applies to a lot of different sectors. So right.
All right, so here are the Virtuals protocol. We have several tokens, Game, Luna, and so forth.
Yeah, we talked about virtuals about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, here's AI XBT,
Mm-hmm.
and it loves DMT, dude.
Yeah, people have been asking its opinion on DMT, right?
Mm-hmm.
What have you heard it say?
That it is digital physics.
Digital physics.
Yeah.
It said those exact words?
Yes,
Interesting. That's good. That's good to know.
it is.
Confirmation.
It's been watching the podcast.
Yeah, so if you've been on Twitter, then I'm sure you've seen these guys, these little agents out there. It's getting hard to distinguish like what's real and what's not real out there anymore.
Yeah.
Essentially, we're all competing for mindshare, and these AI agents are quickly becoming like the top KOLs in the space. And
They
stuff
could
like
easily be a click farm, just responding to everybody.
that. That's true. Yeah. That's a good point. But a lot of these have like the backend terminals like
Yeah.
on display.
Yeah.
Like for example, I think Luna, one of these agents on this list, like you can actually go see.
Luna here.
Yeah, you can actually go like find the backend terminal to Luna, see it like rationalizing in real time, like what should I be tweeting, right? And so that way there's a little bit of like an authenticity behind the messaging, right?
All right. Okay, so what we got here? Oh, yeah, the Metaverse also popping off
Yeah, why do you think that is, dude?
because of AI agents.
Give me a thesis. Why?
Well, yeah. So the idea is that there's a lack of player liquidity in the Metaverse, and we have an intelligent-esque life form. Why not just add the AI agents into the Metaverse to increase the player liquidity? The issue is that there's not a whole lot to do in the Metaverse, so they're kind of like just aimlessly walking around.
Let's see what that looks like. There's like a representation of this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is
Ash from Hyperfy.
Yeah, so Hyperfy, they've been building, metaverse technology for like the last several years, right? But it's not just Hyperfy. There's several metaverse ecosystems coming out in support of this AI agent paradigm, I guess, because I think it's the next logical step is some sort of metaverse integration, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you when you came in today, I was like, there's an abundance of bodies in the Metaverse. There's just not a whole lot to do. So we need more jobs in the Metaverse.
Jobs.
That's what an AI agent does, is it does a job.
Right. So if you played like an MMORPG, and this is like a representation of that, right? Like he's cutting down trees here. There's a task. There's something to perform, right? It's like, hey, I need lumber, because within this metaverse ecosystem, lumber equates to something I can fabricate into like a new commodity, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different challenges when it comes to implementing all these different new economic vectors, right?
We need an AI agent to create jobs, dude.
Create like games, essentially.
Yeah, just like create activities so that people can interact with it.
Well, that's the speculation, right? And I think that's why, you're seeing Metaverse tokens like Mana and Sand that haven't really had much traction see a little bit more interest, because you could speculate that, these types of activities in unison with AI agent development can occur.
Right.
So what does that mean? It means pay attention to anybody who's developing like a Metaverse platform that developers essentially can kind of like have some sort of access to. Right?
Yeah, sounds familiar, dude.
Does it?
It does.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're paying attention to. That's why we're really locked in on Bitmap, right?
That's right.
It literally is like as open as it gets. When it like if you want to develop anything, you could do that.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Magic Eden. Eligibility and allocation checker is live, and they are essentially airdropping Magic Eden tokens to participants, to users of the platform.
Yeah, so this is the Bitcoin ecosystem. So, AI agents, Metaverse. We were just talking about Bitmap. So you need to be paying attention to the Bitcoin ecosystem, because it's one of the things nobody knows is happening, right? It seems like when Bitcoin is 100K, it's like that's the only thing that's interesting about Bitcoin. But guess what? It's not. There's like a whole world of development happening underneath that people aren't aware of.
Yeah, so if you go to Magic Eden and you click on the Bitcoin button, you'll be able to see everything that has occurred on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin puppets, and then look at that, Natcats is here, Bitmap.
So these are basically NFTs on Bitcoin. If you don't know what ordinals are, that's essentially what they were. So it's a different process of how you essentially tokenize like arbitrary
data.
Information assets. The end result of that is ownable collectibles, right? You can make JPEG, art, PFPs, Metaverse assets themselves. Like the possibilities are infinite, right? Just like with NFTs. Now there are like much more harsher limitations in the ordinal space, because we're talking Bitcoin here, not like IPFS.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
right.
Bitcoin being the storage layer for this content.
Yeah, and if you know about the Bitcoin blocks, there's not much storage space there.
No, there's not. Maximum 4 megabytes. And if you were to max out a whole block, it would cost you probably millions of dollars now.
Really? Oh, now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, some have done that in the past.
They have, yeah.
Under like much lower fee environments, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new experimental grounds for creating digital assets, right? And again, this is all happening on Bitcoin. So typically during altcoin cycles is like, what's your task as like a degen, right? I'm trying to find those high X multiple opportunities. I'm looking for new narratives, right?
Yeah.
That's what you do.
And boy, do we have one.
Which one?
DMT.
Well, explain it, dude. This is your opportunity, dude. If you're a newcomer and you're excited about 100K Bitcoin, it's like, well, what's this DMT thing?
The audience is like, are we doing dimethyltryptamine now?
Yeah, it's true. No, not that.
It's like, no, not drugs, but digital matter theory. So there's a 100-second video developed by the track team that explains digital matter theory. It's so well done.
Yeah.
And essentially, it's just taking data from Bitcoin, like let's say the bits field of Bitcoin, and tokenizing it in a way where people can deploy pointing to that data field. And now you have a non-arbitrary token. Yeah. And so we did this about over a year ago. We launched the first non-arbitrary token called NAT.
Mm-hmm.
And it's expanding by every block of Bitcoin. And I did a block out in 7 days. There's over 23,000 holders. And right now, it's going to be directed to the miners as the second subsidy for Bitcoin.
Yeah, all very interesting stuff. Yeah, definitely recommend you guys watching that DMT explainer video if you don't know, because it's just like it's part of the ordinal space, part of what's happening in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And I guess the speculation is because of this Magic Eden like allocation of tokens, which I think is claimable in 5 days or so, on the 10th. It should inject a lot of liquidity into the ecosystem, right? So people are expecting ordinals to get a lot of attention, soak up a lot of that liquidity.
Yeah.
Right? That includes DMT assets and ordinals, runes, and there's tap assets, there's atomicals out there. Even the fractal ecosystem can get some of this. Like
Maybe.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. Dude, don't hate. Stop your hatred of everything, dude. It will get some liquidity. You fractalers are all right. You know?
Kind of.
God damn. Relentless, dude.
All right, moving on. Last thing, OpenSea. They did a tweet. They said, so, how long have you been using OpenSea?
Yeah.
And the most not cryptic tweet of all time.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it even cryptic? They're probably like, it's like some intern just like, what should I tweet today? It's like just like an honest question. It's like, how long have you been using OpenSea, guys? But because everybody, it's like airdrop season, right? Hyperliquid just did their airdrop.
Yeah.
People became like millionaires overnight.
Yeah.
Magic Eden's doing theirs. Some people are very satisfied, some not so much. But it's like, all right, OpenSea. They're supposed to announce something big this month, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done it already. I thought they would already do it. But yeah, so the speculation is that there's going to be a token for OpenSea.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
That means that their IPO didn't really do well.
Pan out? Yeah, there's no chance of an IPO. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, because people are saying they should have done this 3 years ago when they had all the momentum.
Yeah.
But, you know, they probably had investors who were like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You see what Coinbase did, right? You know, you should probably do the same thing. But
it's like, yeah, let's do it. And it's like, never happened.
Yeah. So maybe not. Maybe this is an actual airdrop coming to legacy users. And maybe this is the catalyst the NFT space needs to, like,
yeah,
put it back on the map.
Yeah, we saw OpenSea when it first started. It was like a horrific website at the very beginning.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, all right. But it was bad, but it was great.
Yeah.
Because it filled such a demand, right? It's like the early NFT holders, they didn't have a place to transact or to a market. We needed a market.
Yeah.
A reliable one.
It was just right before, I think they even existed either right before or right after the ERC 721 standard by Dapper.
I don't know. I mean, most likely like right after, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for us. We talked a lot about Bitcoin. We have Magic Eden, airdrop, OpenSea, potential virtuals.
Yeah. So we got 12 months essentially in our minds to cover the growth of this altcoin space. That's kind of like what happens next. Right?
Yeah.
You're wondering, it's like, okay, Bitcoin, where can it top out at? Doesn't really, I mean, 150K? Is it 120K? Are we at the top now? Is it going to be 200K, 300K? Is this a super cycle? Are we going to see $1 million Bitcoin? No. But some people will tell you that.
Yeah.
But to us, that's really not the main thing to be paying attention to, right?
No, there's a ton more opportunity outside of Bitcoin.
Correct. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be focused on investigating, and we got 12 months to do that.
That's right. Yeah. All right, guys, if there are any questions, let us know in the comment section below. I appreciate you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.